What is up, Bulldogs? Today I'm going to be talking about OMAD. We're continuing a series on OMAD, one meal a day, and I'm going to be answering the question, what should you eat? So if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is John Sonmez, and I am the founder of Bulldog Mindset, which is a brand, a YouTube channel focused on helping people to move from the victim mindset to the Bulldog mindset. We talk about all kinds of things from fitness to finance, but all based around this idea of having this Bulldog mindset. So today we're going to be talking about what should you eat? This is a question I get a lot. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below. Click the bell so you get notifications, so you get all these videos. I'm going to do a lot of videos in this series on OMAD, answering all the questions that you have. If you have questions, by the way, you can leave them in the comments and I'll probably get to them in later videos. Let's talk about what should you eat. Does it matter, okay, when you're eating one meal a day? Now, so one of the great things about one meal a day, which I've talked about before, is that what you eat doesn't matter as much, okay, as it does when you're eating 3 meals a day, and especially when you're eating 5 to 7 meals a day during the typical bodybuilding diet. Why is that the case? Because at the end of the day, for most people's purposes, which most people are trying to lose weight or try to gain muscle, the most important factor is going to be the actual calories that you consume, whether you're in a deficit or a surplus. The macros of those calories won't matter all that much, okay? You know, as long as you're getting sufficient protein. And it does matter to some degree, but for most people, okay? And the timing, again, we're handling that with the one meal a day and some benefits that we're going to get from that as well. What you eat is not quite as important. Now, if you are eating 7 meals a day, you got to think about it, right? The amount of food that you're eating and the caloric content of that food is going to be really, really important, okay? Because it's a large quantity, or it can be a large quantity of food, right? You're going to be, if you're eating like 7 times a day, think about it. You've got to make sure that you're not eating too much food, right? When you're eating one meal and you're eating all the calories for your entire day, especially if you're working out in one meal, you can get away with a lot, okay? You can get away with a lot. Now, don't get me wrong here, okay? And we're going to address this in the next couple of videos, but you can certainly still gain weight and get fat eating one meal a day. Trust me, I've done it. Okay? You can absolutely. So don't think you can get away with eating anything that you want. So let's talk about specifically what should you eat and what can you eat. Okay, now the first thing I have to say when someone asks me what should I eat is, what are your goals? Okay? You're going to have different goals here, and we're going to cover some of these in some of the upcoming videos, because I know you guys have questions about gaining weight and macros and all that shit, which I'm going to be addressing. If your goal is to lose fat, okay, and I'm going to say fat, not weight, because most people aren't trying to lose weight indiscriminately, okay, they were trying to lose fat, then you just need to make sure that you're in a deficit for the most part, okay? That's one goal. Another goal could be to gain muscle. Again, at that point, you're probably going to need to be in a surplus, okay? Another goal could be to get 6-pack abs, to like that you're already at 10% body fat and you want to really get shredded. Now, that's going to require a lot of a different protocol. You're going to have to eat different things, okay? So depending on what you're trying to do, athletic performance could be one of your goals, although one meal a day is probably not the best possible thing you could be doing for athletic performance, okay? Unless you're running ultras, in which case there's some argument for that. For most people, though, I would say that, again, if your goal is just to lose some fat, okay, and you haven't done one meal a day, and you're just starting on this, you can pretty much just eat a normal meal, okay? Now, a lot of people get carried away. They think, okay, one meal a day, I'm eating all my calories in one meal, so I can just pig out and eat whatever. And for some people, that will actually even work, okay, and they can get away with that for when they first start out, but eventually that will catch up to you, and eventually you'll be eating bigger and bigger meals as you get used to eating more quantities of food at one time, and you'll start gaining weight and getting fat, so don't do that. Instead, I want you to think of it this way, right? The big benefit that you're getting from doing one meal a day, as far as a dietary, as far as a weight loss type of thing, is that you're condensing your calories into one meal. You're basically skipping breakfast and lunch. Like, think of it that way, okay? And so what we want to do is we want to have typically the same amount of calories, same amount of food that you would eat for a normal dinner, maybe a little bit more than that, right, if you're trying to lose weight. If you're just trying to maintain, then you can eat all your calories in one meal. In fact, there's that guy, the Blake diet. I gotta get him on the channel at some point. He eats 4,000 calorie meal every night, okay, and he eats these huge meals, and he just wants to maintain his weight, and it's great because he just gets to pig out and enjoy himself. But he's counting those calories very specifically to make sure that he doesn't go over that, because it's easy to go over that. For the most people, okay, what I would recommend if you're starting out on one meal a day is don't eat some kind of like super strict diet, chicken and broccoli type of meal. Okay, it's going to make it harder for you anyway. It's already hard to do one meal a day to start out with doing that. Instead, just eat normal meals. Okay, when I first started doing one meal a day, by the way, it was on this trip that I went to Hawaii, and I knew I was going to be eating out, okay? And I knew that was like unavoidable, and I could go to Hawaii and not eat out. So what I did was, that's where I kind of developed, like tested this system out. Is I said, okay, I'm going to skip breakfast and lunch. I'm just going to eat dinners, okay? And 2 out of the 3 dinners are going to be healthy dinners, and then on the every third night, I'm going to go out to eat. I'm just going to eat whatever I want at the restaurant and not care, okay? And I lost weight doing that, right? If I were to just go out and eat just a normal meal at any restaurant and only eat one meal a day, I could maintain weight and probably lose just a little bit of weight just doing that. So just eating normal meals is going to be good. Choose healthy foods. Obviously, it doesn't excuse you from being healthy for the most part, but you don't have to be as strict or as healthy. So for example, I'm just trying to maintain weight, okay? And I'm not trying to eat super healthy. If I'm just trying to maintain weight while I'm doing this one meal a day, I've gone for times where, my basic dinner might be just a burrito. Just go to the Mexican restaurant, and I'm just going to have a burrito, maybe with some chips and salsa, and maybe a little something else on the side, a little snack or something like that. And that's it. That's it. It's just a regular meal. I'm not eating any kind of specific diet food or anything like that, okay? In those cases, when I'm just trying to maintain weight, right? So that's what I would recommend, especially if you're starting out, is just try to eat like a decently healthy meal, like normal. You go to a restaurant, you could cook food at home, as long as you're eating a reasonable serving size, maybe a little bit more than you would eat for dinner if you're eating 3 meals a day, right? But not an excessive large amount. You're going to lose weight for the most part, for most of you, at least at first. Eventually you're going to have some problems, but that's the basic idea, okay? And again, you want to generally eat healthy. You would generally eat the same kind of foods that you want to eat. Now, for me, a lot of the things that I will eat will be like big salads, and I'll throw some chicken in there, and I'll eat, at healthy restaurants, like I'll eat at Chipotle, and I'll basically avoid a lot of the junk, like the cheese and the fats and stuff, and just eat the meat and beans and some rice and stuff like that. Or I'll go to Freshie or something like that, or even to a sandwich place and eat a sandwich, some big sandwich or something like that. Doesn't mean that I don't ever eat super strict, and I'll talk about that in some of the other videos, but that's for a very specific purpose. And like I said, for most of you starting out, if you're doing this, you're going to be able to get away with just eating pretty much normal foods, which is great because, and here's the thing, again, I'll close this video in a second here, but here's the real big benefit here, is that when have you been on a diet where you're losing weight where you get to eat normal foods? Never, right? That's the thing about one meal a day that I liked a lot, is that I can basically be going out and eating a burrito or eating normal food at a restaurant, right? As long as it's not excessively bad for me. I don't have to worry so much. I don't have to eat just chicken and fucking broccoli and eat just diet foods. I can eat a pretty big variety of foods and not really have to worry about it, and I'm still losing weight because I'm only eating once a day. So there's a huge benefit in that. I think that's, I talked about that in the psychological benefit, but there's a huge benefit there. So don't sweat it. Don't worry too much about it. Leave a comment below if you have a question. Ask me the question in the comments, and I'll try to address it in future videos. And good luck on your OMAD journey. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, click the bell to get notifications, and take the Bulldog quiz to see if you're a Bulldog. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.